This is the Coaches Convo. I am the head men's and women's golf coach and assistant women's basketball coach, and we're going to be joined live as well with Coach Couch. Coach Couch?
I think I'm on. This is
Yep.
this is the first time for me with this. So
Same here. So,
how have you been?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Have a good weekend?
We did. It was a nice Mother's Day for my wife. A very lazy day. I think I enjoy cooking, so throughout the day was filled with food and movies. So
Nice.
yeah, how about you?
It was good. Golf and weather wasn't good, so that kind of
You went?
stunk. I know. I wish I would have. It was
No,
too
it
windy
was
for that.
absolutely.
But Mother's Day was good. Hung around, had some dinner with Mom, and hung out with her most of the day. So it was a really good day.
Very good. Oh, I see. Man, so these questions just pop up. I guess I
so.
should actually read them. Is there a way to check old ones? Favorite meal to cook for the team? It's a toss-up between my spaghetti and pulled pork tacos. So,
Ooh, nice.
but yeah, I enjoy cooking. Guys come over, usually by position groups, occasionally. It's kind of the O-line is the one that they can put back some food. I think they might have the record for the amount of pasta that goes down in the household, but it's fun. Are you a cook at all, Coach?
I like to grill, but right now it's kind of hard. I don't have my own place yet, so
Soon. When
don't
is
really.
that?
Hopefully next week, maybe this week. So maybe I have to have the team over for dinner sometime. They won't be able to fit in the house, but they'll be able to fit in the yard. So play some yard games. Yep.
There you go. So before we get into some of these questions, I have a question for you. Being that you ordered a new driver for me, am I going to be able to drive the ball nearly as close to as far you do?
Yeah, you're probably gonna hit it farther, to be honest with
There's
you.
no way. I saw some of your smacks the other day. So
I would say you're probably gonna be about 10 yards farther than me. So.
I doubt it, but that would be a good thing. That'd help the game out a lot.
How is it moving to Elma as a coach or as a player and now as coaches?
Good question. Why don't you take that one to start?
Well, it was pretty easy for me. I'm a local kid, so I only grew up about 20 minutes south. So the move was pretty easy. I knew the area, I knew people that went to Alma and all that. So move was easy as an athlete, and then as a coach, I was kind of all over the place. Then moved back, and it was definitely the right move. So
yeah. I'm from Southeast Michigan, a little bit north of Detroit. 2 hours, 2:10 to get, to Alma. That was, to me, that's good. It's far enough that mom's not going to surprise you, but close enough that, you can head home and visit. But certainly the moving my family was probably the hardest move. It was the right choice, but and a good one, but we shared some tears because we were leaving friends and family back in Romeo, but
sure.
Boys have adjusted well, and it's been great.
I think there was one on here that said something. What was your favorite part of the first year as coaching? I think it was. Or favorite moment?
Favorite moment was certainly for me the in-season moment of the first win, where it was our first home game. Again, about, 70 or so friends and family from the hometown traveled up here, and we're here for the game, and we scored with about 30 seconds left to go ahead, and that was quite emotional time. Big hug from my wife, from my mom afterwards, and those were great moments. But also that first year, I got a phone call on Thanksgiving from a player to say that he got engaged that day, and
Oh, that's awesome.
that was really cool to get that phone call to say, "Hey,
Hmm.
and that he thought of me to call me that day." So that was a big
Yeah,
one for me too.
that's awesome. I think mine. I mean, it was an up and down year, but like that first tournament, especially with the women, we took second, and our freshman took overall top medal. So I mean, that first tournament starting off on a high note. So I would say
Sure.
that's probably my biggest one this year. And then the guys, we took third in a tournament for the first time in 10 years, I think it was. So on the guys' side, that would have to be that one as well. I mean, just proud of the kids how they fought all year. So
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
it's been great to watch your how much you've progressed, and I know recruiting, you're doing a great job with that. So it's gonna be
yeah,
fun to watch, and maybe we can do a pro-am, as we'll call it, with your players and some of the other coaches, and they can give me lessons.
yeah, for sure. I mean, and you're doing a great job with your program. I mean, I'm a graduate. When I was here, the football was up and down, and the turnaround you've done in 2 years is just incredible. We're just bringing in kids. The recruiting's been crazy.
Well, thank you,
And
but it certainly takes obviously everybody. Got a great staff. Question here from Caroline is, how do you build such close relationships? It's spending time, right? I mean, it's
yep.
inviting them into the house. My family knows the players. Um, the passion that you have, that I think we both have for the
hmm
school,
Yep.
resonates to our students and to our players. And so I don't know. To me, I don't want to make it. It's not easy, but it is when you love what you're doing, right?
For sure.
So
And I mean, especially with the academics, like you show that you care about them. It's the biggest thing. And
yeah,
if you're gonna invest in them in the classroom or on the field, why not invest in them in the classroom and see them just succeed? So I would say
yep.
that's probably one of the big parts. Yeah.
Here's one. What was something you learned from a player that you hope to teach your players?
Ooh.
Something you learned.
As a player.
It could be as a player, but either or, because I learn every
Mhm.
day. I learn from
Yeah.
the players
Yep.
on the team, right? Um, but as a player, I certainly um, learn discipline, learn hard work, right? I mean, that's what
Yep.
it comes
Yep.
down to. Um, there's a great book, Talent is Never Enough, and I try to live by that because there's certainly going to be people a lot more talented than I am. And so it takes passion, it takes hard work, it takes, good attitude uh, that helps elevate,
Yeah.
the talent. So I've learned that, certainly as a player, but also from watching um, my players themselves, right? Of um, the, when they even start to push one another beyond what they think they can do, that's exciting to
hmm
and encouraging one another. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've learned from my peers now. I've learned so much, and just previous coaches was a big part. Just learning under them and being a leader and them teaching me the ways they taught things, and I would say that was probably the biggest part. Um, so yeah.
okay. Our athletic director, Sarah Daring, would like to know, what's our most embarrassing coaching story at Alma?
Oh no, Sammy's probably got some good ones for this
Oh,
one.
see, why'd I think of Coach Stormont as well? Probably because I thought I had snuck into the weight room all by myself. My back was hurting, which usually means my hamstrings are really tight or tighter than usual.
hmm
And I was stretching, because I don't stretch very much, with bands. And she came in and snapped a photo of me. I'm sure she shared that with some people, but that's fine. I enjoy laughter is huge, and I love to laugh. So even when
Uh-huh.
it's at my
Yep.
expense, I'm good with that. So
Yeah. I mean, I probably had more with the women's basketball team. Yeah, Sammy, you're right on there. When one of our players did like this TikTok, I think it was, in the cafeteria. Oh man, she's some water one, and she sprayed water right in my face, and I was
I
like,
I saw that one. I did see that one.
that was probably the most embarrassing
Are
one.
you a
But
TikTok guy? Do you have TikTok?
no, I
Okay.
refuse to download. I'm more of a Vine guy, back in the day.
I
I'm
remember
too
that.
old.
I was thinking about starting up a MySpace account.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
I like that
but
one. Those were the
no,
good old days.
I don't remember. I mean, I didn't do any of that. I didn't have a social media account until I got this job, and they're like, yeah, you probably need to pick up on your social media. So,
Yep,
and now, oh my gosh, that's all I do, right? Live on Twitter
exactly.
and watching film of guys. So,
I know.
quite different. I
I know.
get
I
those
never
week.
used to never tweet or do
Uh,
anything, and now I'm
uh,
doing it all the time.
you
So,
get that weekly phone update of how much you're using your phone. It's like, oh
oh
my
man,
gosh.
screen time.
Screen time's ridiculous.
uh,
Uh,
how
how
has
would
the
you?
you go? I'll go. I'll
Yeah,
do this one. How has the pandemic affected recruiting, if it has?
certainly it has for us. I mean, normally this time of year we'd be driving around to schools.
Hmm.
We try to hit a ton of different, well, we try to hit most schools in Lower Michigan. I
Yeah.
had an out-of-state trip. I actually just canceled the flight today. Um, that's certainly different. I hope that we don't miss anybody, but we are reaching for us. We're reaching out to the high school coaches. Hey, what
Yeah.
21s can I reach out to via,
Hmm.
text, phone call, whatever? And so that hasn't, that I'm definitely texting, calling more, more out of state than what we normally would because
Hmm.
I mean, we have the time to do it, right? We're
Right.
not in the office, not spring ball was canceled, so there's time that well, let's fill it by recruiting some more. So
Yeah.
it'll be the next class will be the interesting one. The one
Hmm.
coming in, it was already pretty established, and we have a good group coming in. How about
Yeah.
you?
I would say, I mean, right now I'd be out with the men's golf. I mean, high school golf would be going on, so watching them. For basketball wise, AU tournaments would be going on. So really just missing that. We got a good jump for women's basketball in the 21 class, so that was good. But we're really still kind of worried about it. For the golf, I'm really worried about the men's for the 21s, just because I
Yeah,
came in late and haven't got to really watch um, any of the guys play really, and then MSSA has a few things, but sometimes the year is wrong. So just reaching out to coaches and trying
yeah.
to figure out who they have and all that fun stuff. So
Now, does like AAU basketball, are there tournaments through the summer at different golf clubs and stuff like that that you would maybe
yep,
go to? Yeah,
yep. For golf, there's summer tournaments, and then for women's basketball, there's a big one and there's big time in July. So hoping all those tournaments stay on, so I can get out to golf courses and basketball courts and watch kids play. So
absolutely.
we'll see what happens. It's crazy. So
Good. Um, question, how would your players describe you as a coach?
ooh, I would think first part. I would say trustworthy. Oh man, this is tough. Uh, go first. You go first, coach. I got to think
Oh,
about this one. I got
come
to think
on, I
about
was
this one.
enjoying.
All
I was
right.
sitting here. I wasn't listening to you at all. I was trying to think of what I said.
I would say trust.
I hope they would
Uh,
say, I can't,
yeah.
speak for them, but I hope they would say that I am a passionate person about the program, about the school, and about them. And I care about them, and that if they needed something, they would know that they could come to me.
Yeah. I
That's
would
what
say
I
the
would
same
hope.
thing. I would say the same thing. I always want them to come to me no matter what. It could be life, it could be school, it could be the sport. So
Yeah.
I'm always here for them, and so
Is there a way to block anybody? Because I see somebody I went to college with is on here. He thinks I would have a better embarrassing story as a student.
I
So
saw that one.
uh, I don't know what he's talking about. All right. I
I
mean,
don't know either.
crazy. That time I tripped up the library steps. I mean, I don't know if it was that embarrassing, but
I think I saw one YD3.
yeah.
I think so. Go ahead, coach.
I have always said that Division III football is the purest of athletics. You play sports, excuse me. You play D3 sports because you love the game, you have a passion for the game, and you're not getting money for it, but you love it. And so, to me, that's why.
Yeah, I would agree. You love the sport, you want to keep playing, and you're getting a great education on top of it. So, I mean, you get to play a sport. You not there's 1% of America gets to go play college sports. So, I mean, getting that dream come true is really something
Yeah,
I cherished as a
sure.
student athlete back then. So,
Um, how's the game day atmosphere and the pride with the fans and players? I
this one's
absolutely,
more for you.
I
There you go.
absolutely love our game day
Yeah.
atmosphere. We started a tradition a couple of years back of we call it the Scotsman Walk, where we leave chapel, where an alum meets with the team, talks with the team, and 2 hours prior to kickoff, um, Dr. Palmerville, our chaplain, says, amen to a little prayer, and bagpipes fire up, and we walk through campus where fans, family are kind of lining the sidewalks. It's goosebumpy every single time we do it, even emotional. And so that's really I love it. Love walking through the arch of bulky stadium sign, tapping our victory bell, and knowing that there's been 126 years of football played
Hmm.
prior to us. That's love it. And I
Hmm.
surprised a few people by wearing a kilt on game day too. I think a few years ago, 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
So
yeah. I would say I mean, golf, we really just get in a van and they go warm up and we go play. So there's really nothing. But
that is a different environment.
yes,
No
but for
Happy Gilmore crowds,
no,
following you around like that.
well, the home tournaments, we had our buddy team, the men's lacrosse team, come and support us, and having 20 guys follow a couple groups was kind of intimidating, I
I was
think,
gonna
for
say,
our
if you're not
kids.
used to
I
it,
think it was a little intimidating for our kids and the other kids they were playing with. So it was fun to have them around. That buddy system's always a fun time to go and support each other.
yeah. I'm trying to
Uh,
think if I could drive the ball at all if 20 people were watching me, and I don't think so.
yeah, but for basketball, I mean, it's the turnaround we've had in the past 2 years has made the atmosphere so much better. Trying to pack the Art Smith Arena has been a goal for us, and I would say that playoff game 2 years ago was the best I've seen Art Smith in a long time. So that was
Yeah.
we're in the midst of changing things, and hopefully going to continue seeing great crowds come and watch us and continue to get better. So
I would like to announce a few more of the women's basketball
I
games.
know
I mean,
we need you. We
I
need you.
enjoyed that. Hey, you did win that game, just
Yeah.
saying. So,
I
here's a
agree.
question. If you could swap and coach any other team for the day, what team would you switch to?
Ooh. I would say football. I mean, I've always had a passion for
Well, come
football.
on, let's go. Join us for a day.
Yeah, I would say football for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah, it's been a passion of mine for a long time. Baseball was another big sport I played growing up. So either of those two was fun. It would be a fun day to go
Yeah,
into.
baseball would be fun. My first thought was volleyball. I
Yeah.
absolutely love volleyball. It's my other sport that many of you know, you probably know, Coach, but my first couple of years of teaching, I coached volleyball. So
Yep.
it was quite the learning experience. I wasn't ready for it, but they needed a coach, and I was young and wanted to help out. So,
Yep.
uh, but I learned a lot teaching coaching females that it was different than males in a positive way. I was
Hmm.
a better communicator because of them. Um, then I don't know, it's been 20 something years since then, but they also appreciate things more,
Yeah,
you know.
for sure. For
I've
sure.
had I've had teams where you buy a pizza or something like that, and they're like, "Where's the crazy bread?" And then females are like, "Oh
Yep.
my gosh, this is great, thank you," you know.
Yep. Yep. For
But
sure.
so I learned a lot and love the sport though.
Yeah, I mean, you killed it in that 6-on-6 we had that one day for
I would,
pickup.
I would not say that whatsoever, but my nose felt better after than Coach Clark's did because he took
That's
that
right.
spike. Is it called a spike? It's a kill now, I think. I don't know.
Kill
Whatever.
one of the
Right off
two.
his face.
He did.
Uh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Have you ever attended a pro game for your sport? Met any famous people?
I have attended a few pro golf tournaments. I was probably about 5 feet, or I was on CBS one time, about 5 yards away from Tiger Woods. Never like shook his hand or anything, but I was 5 yards away from him. I met Ricky Fowler one time, Smiley Kaufman at the Memorial
Nice.
Tournament down in Ohio. So saw them pretty up close. Saw Peyton Manning, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's probably about it. That's about the only time.
My good friend from home, buddy that we grew up T-ball together and everything, bought me tickets to the Ryder Cup when it was at Oakland Hills, and
Oh, yeah,
we walked around there. It was cool. It
I
was a
bet.
great experience. But um, pro football games certainly at Lion Stadium, Silverdome. Used to have season tickets to there. That was great atmosphere. Went to Lambeau a couple times. That was phenomenal. My bachelor party was 36 guys flying down to Tampa to watch the Lions against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So,
That's cool.
yeah, no fun there whatsoever.
No, none.
But
Yeah.
and as far as meeting famous, yeah, a couple of pro. I actually, when I was in college, I was working at a golf course. Vinny Johnson came in. He was nicknamed the microwave from the
Yep.
Pistons.
Yep.
So I actually brought the microwave out and had him sign the microwave from the kitchen. Everybody thought that was the dumbest thing in the world, but I thought it was pretty cool. But Billy Sims, met him. That was fun. Nice talking with him for a little bit. But
Well, I
so
guess I did last year work under Dan Pohl. He took second in the Masters. He lost in a playoff. So,
mm,
I mean, he won a tournament, one tournament, PGA tournament, and then lost in the Masters in a playoff. So, I guess that's
yeah,
a pretty good guy to work under at a golf course. So,
yeah. Do you ever feel disappointed or upset when a recruit chooses another school over Alma?
Uh, I mean, yes, to a point. I feel disappointed because we didn't get him. But at the same time, I'm happy for him. I mean, they picked it's more than just the sport. It's more the fit for the school, I feel like.
Mhm.
But there's always disappointment.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy
Uh,
for him. I wish the best for him all the time.
yeah, I will every single time. I do. There's a big respect if a student athlete calls to say, Coach, I chose to go to somewhere
Hmm.
else.
Yep.
And if it's where they feel like it's home, that's a right move for them.
Right.
I I do remember really liking twins that I was recruiting once, and my first year recruiting, and they chose to go somewhere else, and I just thought they would be a great fit at Alma. And
Hmm.
finally, my coaches are like, "Hey, you got to get over them. You know, you're going to be dumped a lot in
Yep.
your time as a coach." So it's so hard, yeah,
It is.
because you just start to develop a relationship with them as
Hmm.
you're recruiting, and you want, kind of want to
Yeah,
continue that. So
correct.
the answer,
Yeah.
I guess, for both is yes. Is Alma hopefully your last coaching stop, or do you aspire to move up the ranks?
Go ahead, coach.
Ah, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
I'm right there with
you guys are stuck with me here.
you.
Um, no, Alma's home, and somebody else said something like, "Well, if Harbaugh money, well, okay, now you're talking silly $7 million stuff." But
Correct.
nope, I have no desire. My boys go to a local high school. They've got great friends here, and I'm 3 blocks from campus, and I love everything about it.
Yeah, I would right there with you. I'm here to stay for a long time, forever. It's my home. Alma's a special place, hold a special place in my heart. So, and just the golf programs I've seen in the past, what happened, and I just want to build that back up and make it great again. And the women's basketball program right there, same thing. We're 2 years in with there, and just getting better each year. So, um,
Yeah.
going nowhere.
Can player still go pro from D3?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
We've had an alum do so. It's certainly not as common as your Alabamas and Ohio States and whatnot, um, but it's possible. Certainly the hard work. It's kind of like being recruited. You'll be found. You'll find a place if
Hmm.
you've got the tools to do it.
Yep,
So,
exactly. I'm right there with you. So I agree.
um, team goals this season, Coach?
Team goals this year.
Yep, that was a question. Do you have
Uh,
some team goals?
I mean, win a championship, both men's and women's golf. I mean, I think we're right there with the top teams on both sides, and so it's just putting in the work and getting the kids to click at the right time, and that's going to be absolutely the goal. It's always the goal. Should be always the goal. But at the same time, I want to keep building up from where we were. Just keep improving each day and um, keep building those relationships, and bring in the right kids for Alma. So
Somebody asked what kind of trips men's golf may go on.
we do Florida. We're going to Florida for spring break, and we're playing a couple out of state tournaments. So that's about what we get for travel. So,
Okay.
what are your goals,
And
Coach?
goals? Certainly, each year goal is to win the MIAA, right? But I want Alma College football to be um, in the forefront of thought by opposing coaches as a contender for the league, meaning
Mm-hmm.
others respect us and know our consistency that we will be competing for championships.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you have that expected consistency, then you've got program rolling.
Correct. I would agree.
So um,
You want to answer some of these ones before?
yeah,
Let's
start.
go. How have you taken what you learned as a previous athlete? Oh, we got to already
We
answered
did
that
that one.
one. Yep. Biggest piece of advice for high school students who want to play in college sports?
Grades, number one.
Yep.
I won't even look at you if I know you can't get into the school. So
Correct.
hammer down on your schoolwork. Certainly, and I used to tell my high school students and players this: have as many doors open to you as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 point, pretty much every door is open to you. As you go down, 3-9, 3-8, 3-7, so forth, more doors will close.
Mm-hmm.
And so keep as many open as possible. Obviously, the better the grades, the more academic scholarships you can get. But don't be afraid. Beyond that, don't be afraid to reach out to a coach. Hey, what do you think? There is a place for you somewhere. um, in football, and I assume the same for,
Hmm.
your sports coach. So don't be afraid to reach out, visit, find your home.
Yeah, I would agree. Academics comes first, and then go out and explore these schools and see what fits for you. I mean, I tell my recruits, women's basketball, I tell the recruits, you got to pick a place that's right for you, not just playing basketball, playing golf is just a bonus. So, um, find a place that's right for you, and just continue to work hard. Don't ever give up. That's put in the work, that the hard work is going to pay off for you. So, I mean, that's probably the biggest advice I would have to say.
Yeah.
So,
Um, so, okay, we'll do a quick, I think this one will be quick. What's the furthest you've traveled in your sport? And then we've got a why'd you decide Alma? I have no
yep.
idea how long we're supposed to go. I don't know.
I don't know either, so we're just gonna go with it. Farthest we traveled right now is Ohio, Indiana. For basketball, we went to Florida this past year, uh, went for a few days, so that's the farthest we've traveled. Um, Maybe in the future, looking at going over to Scotland to play some of those courses. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, that would have been ours. We were scheduled to go April 19th. We were going to fly over to Scotland and play the East Kilbride Pirates, but out of Glasgow. But unfortunately, because of this, that was canceled. But
mhm.
believe it or not, our furthest opponent these last 2 years was in state. Finlandia is eight and a half hours way up in the UP if you're not familiar with where that is. But we've gone to Wisconsin, and I could see down the road, who knows,
Yeah.
about competing with Iowa has some good programs and whatnot. So we'll see.
Yep,
Um,
and that's the same for us. I mean, for golf, I want to kind of venture out and play other teams that aren't in our conference, because we play these away or these non-conference tournaments, but it's pretty much just all of our conference schools in it. So I want to venture out and play other schools and meet other coaches and things like that. So
yeah,
for sure.
and we will schedule another Scotland trip. It's just a matter of
Yep.
what year. It's not going to be next spring just because we don't, it's too
Right.
uncertain with what's going on. But
Yep. For sure.
um,
Right.
so unless more pop up here,
Yep.
maybe we'll close out with this one of, so why did you decide to attend Elma?
Well,
Let's
I
go with
attended.
as a student, right?
Yeah, yep. I attended
Sure.
Alma because it was the perfect fit for me. I came from a small community, small school, so that small atmosphere really drove me there. I got to play basketball, I got to play golf while I was there, so that was a big bonus too. But the people was the biggest thing. Meeting the professors on my campus visit, getting to talk to them about the program I was interested in. Um, the small classroom size, getting to know your professors on a personal basis was huge. I can tell you, one of the professors I had in school helped me get to where I am today, helped me completed my master's degree this past week, so helped me get there. So just the people make the place, and
Yeah.
I would have to say I'll always tell people it's the people here that make me want to come to work every day. Why I love what I do. So
Yep. Um, I remember sitting down with head coach Jim Cole. Liked everything he said. Thought he was genuine, sincere.
hmm
Not just handing me a line to recruit, right? But walking campus, I couldn't believe how many people said hello as we
yeah.
passed them on the sidewalks.
hmm
Even today, well, not today because I walk campus regularly and it's pretty quiet these days. But even recent, I feel like almost students, fewer have these in their ears when they're walking campus, right? Because
Yep.
they're interacting. They're instead of just leave me alone and headphones in. And
hmm
I love that social aspect of Alma and the friendliness. It's the people. I mean, you come from right? Nancy and
Yep. Oh, Nancy.
in the dining hall that will know your name and probably by your second or third time in the cafeteria.
Hmm.
To others that work and professors that will know you. And for me, I needed it, would kick my butt to make sure I do well in class. And
For sure.
so yeah, it was the right move for me, certainly.
Yeah.
So
And just seeing everyone just come together is the biggest part too. I mean, the faculty and staff have all came together. They want to see us succeed as much as we want to see them succeed and our students succeed. So
yeah.
for sure. You playing in
Somebody
the NFL?
yeah, the NFL is in a sad shape if I have to suit back up. But yeah, the strength and fitness part would be a scary sight. Those guys are just freaks these
They
days.
are.
It's
It's
unbelievable. How does a 330-pound human run under a five flat?
I don't
And
know.
can you imagine being hit? It would just, I'd hurt for a month if it didn't kill me. So,
Yep.
um, but somebody else, what about men's golf to Scotland? I'm going to throw it out there. How about all sports travel at the same
I love.
time?
That'd be
And
awesome.
oh my gosh, would that be fun? Maybe too much fun, but I think
Hmm.
that would be a cool thing to see how we can coordinate that. So,
Yeah, for sure. But in the future, for sure, I want to get to Scotland. So
yeah. Yep. I did go there, Coach. While I was a student, I went for a spring term. My spring term was in London, but we had long weekends, and so we jumped on the train, went up Scotland, went to probably, the worst course around because it was the cheapest. We're college students, right?
yeah, yeah,
Rented clubs and we played 9 holes in Scotland, so I can
that's
say I
awesome.
golfed in Scotland, right?
Yeah,
So.
it's more than I can say. So
Hey, I got to leave out the bad course and all that. I, need to make people believe that it was like St. Andrews or
yeah,
Lomond or something. But
you might as well.
yeah, so
Well,
I think that's it.
yeah,
This has been pretty fun.
yeah, for sure. I
Hopefully it
appreciate you getting
worked.
on here, Coach. I think it worked.
Yeah. What happens if you have labs during practice times? Hey, that's like a legit, like academic question. Nice job there. Um, for football, you are late for practice. There's just um, the worst it might be is a half hour late, the
Yep.
time that we start practice. Nice thing about Alma is faculty has agreed to no classes from basically 4:30 to 7. And
Hmm.
so we start practice at 4. But if somebody has a class or a lab, hey, you come out
Yep.
late and just hustle your way out there. So no penalty whatsoever. You're
Great.
coming to Elma first for the academics.
Hmm. Right there. I mean, for golf, all that. I mean, even if they have like an exam or something the next day and they want to study in that 4:30 to 6:30, they want to study. I'm always out at the course, so I just allow kids to come out there and we can work on the game. Then they can go hit range.
Yeah,
We can go play 9 holes. So
yeah.
always lenient.
Do
You're
we?
student first.
Yeah. Do we do a lot together outside of our sports? Do teams do a lot? I think so. Like I'm
Yeah.
bummed. Certainly our spring sports coaches and players are bummed, but that's just what I've always done at Alma is go to a baseball, go to softball, and
Yep.
I love
Correct.
going to those games. So
Correct.
this has been, painful on many regards, but I
Hmm.
thoroughly enjoy watching our Scots compete. So
Yeah. Yeah. And
I
I'd say
think,
they do. They do. They go support each other, all teams, and community service is a big one too. They do a lot in the
yeah,
community. I mean, we're always top 5 in the country in D3 schools for community service. So they're
yeah,
always doing stuff outside of out of their sports.
yeah.
So yeah.
So, well,
Well,
thanks everybody for
yeah.
joining in with
Yes.
us.
Thank you, everyone. Coach, it's been a
Coach,
pleasure.
thank you. I
We'll
have
get on
no
the
idea
course
how to get
soon.
out of this.
I'll end it, so don't worry. We'll be on the course tomorrow.
Okay, you let me know. I'll meet you.
All right, we'll do. See you,
All right,
Coach. See you,
bye.
everyone.